Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.
Hello, I'm Lori Steiner. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, is dieting on your to-do list? We resolve to reveal a diet that fixes your physical deficiencies in order to peel off the pounds. Then, as we settle into 2016, we'll examine the economic outlook for this new year. How sure do you feel about your health insurance? We'll prescribe important information to put you at ease. Plus, here's to your health. Our physician will focus on more than just wishing you well. And today, many grandparents are raising their grandchildren. We'll raise important issues about being guardian for your grandkids.
It's time to get GOing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. It's a new year, and that usually means a new diet. Wouldn't it be great if this diet was your last? If your body could say bye-bye to all that unwanted fat forever? Dr. NOLA Boone is here with an innovative approach to making that proposal possible. Dr. Boone is with the Soul and Spine and Wellness Center. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
So you're saying that having too much weight is a sign of having too little of something else. So what do you mean by that?
It's all about body biochemistry. If your biochemistry, your balance of hormones, neurotransmitters, minerals are out of alignment, your body, think of it going into like a crisis mode, and it holds on to fat. It says, I'm going to protect myself, as if you were out in the wild and there was no food. It's the same way when your biochemistry's off. And so what happens is you start feeling yourself gaining weight. Maybe it came after the birth of a child, or maybe it came after a divorce or a job loss or something. Your biochemistry went haywire, and your body goes into this protective mode, and you go, oh my gosh, I'm gaining weight. So you increase your exercise, or you cut down on your calories, and your body says, no, 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 we're not letting go of this fat. And so you have like a tug of war going on inside your body. Very frustrating.
So how do you test for that?
That's what the new technology is all about. It's called galvanic skin response. And think of it like a barcode you put your hand on, and it's hooked up to a computer. You can see a picture of it there. It's about a 20-minute process, and it's measuring biomarkers, things in your body that interfere with your body's ability to burn fat. For me, it was heavy metals. As soon as we detected that, the fat started coming off very quickly. I lost 20 pounds.
Oh, I mean, you look great.
Thank you.
So you say that part of this being off of your chemistry means why you have cravings for certain foods.
Right, think about it. If your body chemistry is off, it's going to crave sugar or starch or salt or whatever. And once we can find where your imbalance is, we can create a natural recipe to address those imbalances. And cravings virtually disappear, as does hunger. If we can get your body to live off its fat reserves, you're never hungry, never hungry.
Wow. So you figure out these markers and you come up with a personal diet, and the pounds just sort of melt away?
The diet is one thing, but more importantly is once we discover the imbalance, we give you a recipe and you just drink it in water each day. It's all natural. It's going to balance your body chemistry. Once you do that, it's almost like an organic. It's the weight falls off. Men are typically losing 1 to 2 pounds per day.
Oh my goodness.
Women, a half a pound to a pound a day.
Why is it always easier for the men?
Bigger furnace, I guess, more fat burning. Yeah.
And you've got a story about a woman who's been through your process and it worked for her?
Yeah, we have so many different ones. I think we brought the pictures up for you, and you can see the photos. She lost 67 pounds doing the program. She's done 2 of the 40-day plans, but it's changed her life. She's claimed she's a better mother, she's more sensitive, she dresses differently. Everything about her has changed.
So how much do you usually lose in a session, I guess?
We guarantee that you'll lose at least 20 pounds if we accept you as a patient in 40 days. And very rarely does a patient not reach that 20 pound. But the typical woman will lose 25 to 35 pounds. A male will lose more than that. But each person is individual, and that's what we do is we sit down knee to knee and have a consultation. We do a body composition analysis. And at the end of that time, I can say, yes, I can help you, or no, I can't.
All right. It sounds remarkable, especially for New Year's resolutions. Dr. Abboud's approach may help you ditch dieting once and for all and make this year the year you realize real results. To find out more, use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Dr. Abboud for joining us today.
Find out more by calling Solon Spine and Wellness Center at 440-669-0050 or log on to www.slendersolon.com. Next, to market. But first, this prominent performer has the right to publish more than his own celebrated songs. Some of the soundtracks he has the rights to write now include Grease, Maine, and a chorus line. So which British band made from a famous foursome has the rights to these recordings? We'll sing out the answer when we return.
Here at Metro Health, you know you matter when it matters most. Here, we are the city's best at preparing for the world's worst. Here, we are the only verified burn center in Ohio for adults and children. Here, you'll find exceptional clinicians with extraordinary hearts. So the work we do here at Metro Health makes an impact here, out here, and right here. Metro Health, we're here for you, for all of you.
American anthems such as Stormy Weather and Hello Dolly can only be published by Sir Paul, as in Paul McCartney. The British Beatle owns the rights to these and many other well-received records.
What's one of the best ways to prepare for the future? By looking at the past. Jim Lineweaver is here with a financial Back to the Future forecast by reviewing 2015. Jim is a certified financial planner professional with the Lineweaver Financial Group. Welcome back again.
Yeah, good to see you again.
So why do we have to look back at 2015 as we prepare for 2016?
Well, you know, I always hated history in school, but it turns out that it actually can be beneficial because a lot of people in 2015 did not expect all the volatility and everything that we had. So when you can kind of look back, see why did the market react to certain things the way it did, it might give us a little bit of a better forecast for what's coming up in 2016.
Okay, so did we start last year with a boom or a bust?
Well, neither a little bit. It was kind of a gradual pace up through about the middle of May. We were up about 6%. And then come summer, we had Greece, we had China worries, we had what is the Fed going to do with interest rates? All of a sudden, the market goes through a huge pullback. And actually, we saw upwards of about 10% in some of the different indices and things. So from a nice start, get to the end of September, and it really had a pretty big turnaround.
I think you said you told me it was 10%
Yes.
drop, and that sounds like a huge amount. So what do we do?
Well, it can be, but don't forget, what ended up happening is we had a nice rebound in October, and basically what was occurring is some of the overseas concerns with China and what they were doing with their currency and manipulating things, also with some of the numbers we had domestically with low inflation and things along that nature. It kind of put some things at ease, so it brought the market back up in October pretty nicely. What you really have to do is look at what type of fundamentals are we going to be faced with this year, and how can we adjust our portfolios accordingly going forward.
So do the downturns really bring the investors down?
Well, it's never comfortable, and a lot of people can become very easy, but they want to do is make sure they don't panic, you know, and do some irrational decision, because when you get your emotions involved in your portfolio, you're usually going to make the wrong decisions. But you literally saw, you know, even just, matter of fact, the quarter ending in September, you saw over a 5% and a 6% drop just in the quarter, worst period since about 4 years ago in the overall market at that time.
All right, but there was a rebound, so is there other good news as we ended 2015?
Yeah, what ended up happening is on a global scale, there are some countries out there that went through what we did back in 08 and 09, and they've actually been lowering their interest rates to stimulate their economy. And so that's providing some other opportunities overseas. And then also domestically, we're doing pretty well too, because October saw our unemployment get down to 5%, which was great. First time since 2008 we've been that low. You have gas prices low, inflation's low. There's a lot of good things that are actually helping the consumer out there.
Okay, so we've kind of looked at 2015. Now we're planning for 2016, but we don't have a lot of time to talk about it on this show. Is there a way for our viewers to get more information?
Yes, we actually have an education program coming up, because 4 or 5 minutes isn't going to do it. We actually have one in our Valley View office that's coming up on Tuesday, January 26th at 6 p.m., also on Thursday, January 28th at 1 p.m. It's a great way to kick off the new year, and these do get filled up fast. So anybody that's interested, please call us as soon as possible.
Make a reservation.
Yes.
Along with your resolutions.
Yes. You can bring those with you too. We'll try to help you out, financial or non-financial.
Learn from the past and then learn to adapt for the future. Now, this is especially true when it comes to your investments, and you can learn even more by attending one of Jim's seminars, or give him a call. His number's coming up next.
For more information, call the Lineweaver Financial Group at 1-888-313-4009 or click to www.lineweaver.net. Next, healthcare insurance reassurance. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. Looking for a quick fix for your art cravings? Chew on this. The Cleveland Museum of Art is serving Art Bites tours. These appealing art appetizers allow you to enjoy a unique exploration of the galleries in 30 minutes or less, all inspired by books, TV shows, current events, and more. You can feast on these for free every third Thursday and Friday of each month. For the delicious details, call 216-421-7350 or dig into their website, www.clevelandart.org.
Deadlines can be a determining factor in getting things done, and there are 2 important cutoff dates that, if you miss them, could mean you're cut off from health insurance for the entire year. Here to explain is Doug Bennett, Director of Individual Health Plans for Medical Mutual of Ohio. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Lori. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So let's talk about the details of these deadlines.
Well, there's 2 deadlines that are important to remember when you're considering your health insurance needs for 2016. The first one is January 15th. If you purchase a plan or make a change to your existing plan by January 15th, you'll be in good shape. The plans will start February 1st for you.
Okay.
Now, the second deadline is actually January 31st. That's when open enrollment closes. We really need you to make a plan selection by that point, or make a change to your existing plan if you need to find a new fit for yourself. If you make the decision between January 16th and January 31st, those plans will become effective March 1st for you.
Okay, so what if we miss that second deadline? What happens?
So if you miss the second deadline, that's where we run into a little bit of trouble. Existing people, I'll say, could be stuck with their plan, and when we say stuck, if they've already got one, that's great, but it might not be the right fit for them for the next year, and they've lost the opportunity to make those changes. People that would have been new to the market, they could end up in a situation where they're uninsured until 2017, not able to purchase a plan, unless they have some of these special circumstances we call special enrollment periods. They're more the exception than the rule. Then the worst part of all this, besides you don't have the coverage, you're probably subject to a penalty, right? A tax penalty, because of this thing called the individual mandate.
All right, so let's first stop for a second and talk about if you have a plan from last year, you can keep it. If you have no plan, you might be without one, unless there are these special enrollment reasons. So tell us about those.
So special enrollment period, again, they tend to, you can't make them happen, they tend to happen to you, right? So they would be things like, let's say you had a baby, or you got married. Maybe you moved to a new area permanently. Could be you lost coverage through a job because you lost a job or that coverage. These are special enrollments. They'll let you purchase coverage throughout the year. But again, they're more the exception than they are the rule. Okay,
so what if we don't have a qualifying life event and we miss signing up for health insurance? Tell us more detail about this penalty.
Right, so the penalty has been a part of the ACA since the beginning. It started out small and it's continued to increase. In 2015, the penalty was $325 per uninsured adult, or 2% of the household income. In 2016, that's really escalated, $695 per uninsured adult, or 2.5% of the household income. So it's a double whammy. First, you don't have the coverage to protect yourself and your family. Second, you're paying a tax penalty.
Yeah, and you could have paid for the health insurance instead of paying for the tax penalty.
Exactly right.
And I know there's something called subsidies. So are subsidies still available?
They are available, and it's amazing. People are surprised to find out how many people are actually eligible for these subsidies. Both existing members, we encourage them to go back out and check to make sure they're getting the correct amount so they don't have any surprises at tax time, and that they get the amount that they deserve. And the individuals now shopping for coverage, they find out how much more affordable it can actually make the coverage.
So who qualifies for subsidies?
If you're your household income between 139% and 400% of the federal poverty level, there's a real good chance you're going to qualify for some sort of premium assistance.
Okay. Does everybody actually get those subsidies?
A national number said as many as 9 million people last year actually could have qualified for some sort of subsidy and didn't. Some of those may have just paid the full freight of the coverage and didn't need to. Without knowing. Others probably went uninsured when they could have gotten the help. So it's real unfortunate, and that's why we say, you know, talk to someone. You can visit healthcare.gov. You can use an independent insurance broker if you need to, or call Medical Mutual or call whoever your insurance carrier is and ask for some help, right? You've got a website, you've got licensed sales agents available at our company that can help you make these decisions both on plan and to help find out whether you're subsidy eligible.
Yeah, you need this information.
Yep.
Health insurance coverage is so important for you and your family. Don't miss these upcoming deadlines and be punished with a penalty. Enroll now. And for help, use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Doug for identifying these really important dates.
Find out more about Medical Mutual of Ohio by visiting their website, www.medmutual.com/2015 options, or call 1-866-488-3266. Next, worried about your wellness? It's time to get up and go, an exercise segment on Golden Opportunities.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness, and today we're going to show you how to work the biceps and the back muscles by doing a seated row exercise utilizing our exercise band, okay? Ready to go?
Let's do
it.
this.
So we're going to start seated in a chair. We want our heels out in front of us with our toes pointed towards the ceiling. We're going to place the band around the arch of the foot. Once we're there, we can go ahead, crisscross the handles just to make sure the band stays in place. Make sure you maintain that good posture. Pull your fists into your chest and squeeze your shoulder blades. Okay, exhale with exertion and inhale as your body rests. So squeeze the shoulder blades, fists out in front of you, 12 to 15. How you feeling?
Oh, it feels great.
Not too bad. All right, everybody, 2 to 3 sets, and now it's your turn to get up and go.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 6105 Parkland Boulevard, Suite 140, Mayfield Heights, Ohio, 44124.
Welcome to the lazy, hazy, skies of grazy days of winter. If the cold and dark have you hibernating, it could be more than just the winter weather. It can signal SAD, S-A-D, seasonal affective disorder. Shirley Ratner is here to shine a light on this type of depression. Shirley is a clinical psychologist with Metro Health. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So the winter doldrums could be actually depression?
Yes, yes. You know, when the days get shorter, the temperature decreases, you know, people can become depressed. And it's usually related to that time of year, so that's why we call it seasonal affective disorder.
Okay. What are the symptoms of SAD?
Yeah, so the symptoms can include typical depression symptoms such as fatigue. You might start to cry, feel irritable. You might have body pain, or may have trouble concentrating, sleeping. You may lose interest in things that you normally enjoy to do. And overall, you may start to eat more than you should, especially carbohydrates, which then you know, put on weight and feel even more depressed.
Make that cycle keep going. So
yes,
what do we do?
Exactly. Right, so you know, the first thing that we like to do is prevention, preventative medicine. So you actually, if you know that you're susceptible to seasonal affective disorder, you want to start late summer or early fall to make a plan. And the first step is visit with your primary care physician and get some blood work done. See if you're deficient in vitamin D, which is the sunshine vitamin.
Okay.
Low doses of vitamin D have been associated with seasonal affective disorder. So if you are, then you'll get supplements from your doctor. So that's one of the ways that you can start to do some preventative medicine.
Okay, and how about lighting therapy?
Right, exactly. So another way is to make sure you get a lot of light. Fluorescent lights are good around the house, as well as getting a light lamp. You can get them now, special lamps that will give you some light therapy.
All right, and just like every other thing with health, it seems like diet and exercise are really important, correct?
That's very, very true. You know, eating healthy is not only good for your body, it's also good for your mind. So you want to make sure that you are taking care of eating healthy foods and, you know, exercising as well. You know, get going. Because one of the things that we tend to like to do in the winter is to hibernate, you know, and so just pushing yourself to get out there, you know, take a walk inside the mall, or, you know, go to the gym, even if it's for 20 or 30 minutes, you know, or just put a video in your home for 10, 15 minutes and start to jump and do a little dancing. But the key is to move and get yourself moving.
What if you're trying to do all this and you're still depressed?
That's right, that's right. So, you know, sometimes, you know, we really need to take a closer look. We might talk to our physician about an antidepressant, or we may do some counseling. Counseling has been shown to work well with people who have mood disorders, and it can also be a good preventative medicine. Get some counseling even before you start to feel the depression symptoms.
Yeah, you know, being depressed, it's hard to get up and move, but you got to do that.
That's right. So, you know, it's very true that sometimes we think, okay, when I feel like doing this, I'll do it. But often we need to push ourselves. For example, we don't always feel like going to the gym. But once we go, we feel better afterwards. So get going. You know, engage in activities that force you to act, such as call a friend and make a lunch or a coffee date. Sign up for a class or a program. You know, be proactive. And if you do take action, I guarantee you, the good feelings will come.
Excellent. Seasonal affective disorder is a form of depression and needs to be taken seriously. Follow Dr. Ratner's advice to ban these winter blues, including seeing your physician. And for more help, use the information that's coming up next.
To learn more, call Metro Health at 216-778-7800 or log on to www.metrohealth.org. Next, Grandchildren Guardianship.
Hilltop Village Apartments is retirement living at its best. Residents enjoy a wide variety of activities and living services with all large first-floor apartments, private screened-in patios with beautiful park views, daily dining room meals, free laundry facilities, 24-hour staff, and so much more. Enjoy safe, comfortable independence at a very affordable price. Call today for a tour and learn how you can get your first month's rent free. Hilltop Village Apartments, retirement living at its best.
Today, more and more grandchildren are being reared by grandparents for a variety of reasons. Death, illness, or drug abuse can all require changes with whom your grandchildren live. But what authorities and rights do you, the grandparent, have with regard to your grandchildren? My law partner, Mike Solomon, is right here with a discussion about these rights.
Hello, Lori.
Welcome. So, what problems might grandparents have in having their grandchildren live with them full time?
Well, the schools and doctors, medical treatment, they all want to see some proof that the grandparent has a right to make these sort of decisions for the grandchild.
Okay, so what can the grandparent do to obtain the right paperwork and authority?
Well, there are two ways to do this, an easy way and a hard way. So the easy way is in 2014, Ohio passed a law that it's called the Grandparents Caretaker Law. It's under Ohio Revised Code section 3109.52, it's on the screen, and that provides two methods for a grandparent to be able to make these sort of decisions for their grandchild.
Okay, first option?
Well, the first option is the parent will give the non-custodial grandparent a power of attorney. A power of attorney to make decisions for this child, including, for example, they can make care and custody decisions, they can enroll them in school, access to medical records, make medical decisions. They can do all of these sorts of things, but there's a standard to it. The parent can only give this right to the grandparent if there's a certain hardship or homelessness or a death of one parent, some special reason to give the grandparent that right.
Okay, and the other option under the statute?
Well, the other one deals with, let's say the parents just can't be found. So if the grandparent can show that the grandparent can't be found, then they can write an affidavit, sign an affidavit, giving themselves that power of attorney to make that sort of, exercise those rights. Now, both of these ways have a limit. The power of attorney only lasts for a year or can be terminated earlier by a court, or the grandchild could revoke it, or someone can revoke it, or obviously death of the grandparent or the grandchild would change the rules. So there's limits on all of this.
Okay, so what if you no longer qualify for one of those options? What's the next available?
Well, the next one's a little bit more complicated, and that's either an adoption or a guardianship. And to get either of those, you have to go to the probate court, and there's a lot of paperwork that has to be done, and certain, you have to satisfy certain tests and rules to make sure that you can be either the adopting parent or the guardian of that grandchild.
Okay, so the court's watching over that decision.
That's right.
So there's a lot to do with that. So do you need to seek the help of an attorney?
Well, you don't need to advise it. Certainly just, if nothing more, to sit down and see which one of these various options makes the most sense for you. But if you're going to go for an adoption or a guardianship, I really do recommend an attorney, because there's a lot of paperwork, and if you mess it up, you can end up being in trouble.
All right. It's only right that there are options to help you take care of your grandchildren. Even if the circumstances under which a grandparent takes custody of a grandchild may be unfavorable, the outcome can be great. Both you and your grandchildren can grow, flourish, and learn from each other. If you need to raise more information, pick up the latest issue of Boomer and Beyond magazine, available pretty much everywhere, or call Mike at the number coming up next.
Call Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information, or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. On next week's show, you want to warm up this winter, but are space heaters a safe option? We'll give you the cold hard facts. Then, are you down in the mouth? We'll share how you can begin to grin again. And we'll look at challenging changes coming to veterans' benefits. But until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
If you'd like to join our kitchen conversation, visit our website, www.goldenopportunities.tv. Like us on Facebook. Call us at 440-742-GO-TV or email us at kitchen@goldenopportunities.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.